Hey guys, hope you guys had a good day trading today. So, if you didn't catch the news or see the massive move up we had right here, around 1:30 we got we had a Fed speaker, which they weren't actually on the schedule, but they were speaking Bostic and Bostic, whatever you say their name. But basically, they hinted at that the fact that a 50 basis point hike was not going to happen, and that they were more or less agreeing that a 25 basis point hike would be more likely. Markets really like that news, obviously. So you can see we had a pretty good reaction there. So what's kind of funny is that the initial dump that we had back here was pretty much related to the fact that a non-voting Fed member said, hey, we might do a 50 basis point hike. And now a non-Fed voting member says, hey, we're actually going to stick with 25 basis point hike, causes a big rally. Just kind of interesting. But so taking a look here, and I had some questions about supply and demand and basically why my levels sometimes looked a little weird here on SPY. I did a really good sum up of that on the written TA, so go ahead and check that out. But overall, the easiest way just to say it is that you can see these huge wicks and these big pre-market moves we're having. Those big pre-market moves that we're having basically just we're gapping down below levels and gapping over levels that we shouldn't be, and then because of the way SPY trades, it's not getting hit the right way, but futures shows it more correctly, I would say. So basically what happened today is we had a really nice bounce off 392.7. We actually came through, and yesterday we established a new demand at 394.7. So today we pushed back over previous demand. We pushed over previous supply at 396.4, and we basically just kind of died out here around 397.9. Now on the daily chart, we are still in extreme momentum. So really, when you're in extreme momentum, the 8 EMA is about where you should expect a rejection. So we got to be careful here. However, we are getting a buy signal on the daily, and we're also seeing IV drop on the daily, and we have a volatility bullish reversal setting up on the daily here. So there is a good chance that we are going to see some continued upside. The first big level I'm going to watch is 400.7, 400.6 previous demand. We're going to look to try to take that level out. The biggest thing to keep in mind here at the 400 level, we have to get through the daily 8, 50, 200, and tomorrow the 20 EMA will be right around this 400.6 area. So we have a very, very strong resistance level that we're going to need to get over, but we did take back the 100 EMA today. From a supply and demand standpoint, the most bullish thing that can happen is that we come up and test 400.7 and take that out, and then we're going to look to establish a new supply somewhere in this 400 to 401 range, and from there we will come back down, retest previous supply at 396.4 and bounce. If we can do that, that will be very bullish. We don't want to push up and leave this supply down here. That will not be very good. That means that we'll probably have to come back down and get it. But overall, that's kind of where I'm looking for us to go tomorrow. I'll talk about it more tomorrow, but we do have a bullish weekly candle setting up here. Really, as long as we close over 396.4, I am looking for a bullish push here. Especially, honestly, if we close, I don't think we'll get over 403, but if we happen to get over 403, that'd be extremely bullish going in to the next week. Taking a look at futures here, same thing. So we came down, we established a really nice demand at 39.55. We came back up, and we are actually taking out previous demand at 39.75. So that level is officially gone. So basically from here, we're now rejecting at the daily 8 EMA, which I said with extreme momentum we should expect. And now we're rejecting also right at this 39.90 previous supply level. So we're kind of stuck in this channel here, and you can see pretty much since we dropped into it last Friday, we're pretty much seeing majority of our candle closes between 39.55 and really 39.90. So basically what bulls are going to need to do is push through 39.90 supply and the 8 EMA, the 50, 200, and 20 EMA and try to come back up here somewhere in this 40-20 area. This will be my ultimate target, and this will be the ultimate test for bulls and how strong they are, and if this is actually a reversal to the upside, like 4100 area, or if this is just a dead cat bounce before we push back down. What I'm going to watch definitely is the weekly close, which same thing here. If we close over 39.75, we have a really nice double bottom here, and this would, in my opinion, push us back up until at least 40.50, maybe even 4100 as we rally, most likely rally into CPI now. Biggest thing to keep an eye on here is same thing. We're in extreme momentum. We do have the bullish buy signal. But the biggest thing is that we could come up here and we're going to want to basically push up, establish a new supply, and come back down to tag this one and then bounce again. We're not going to want to just shoot straight back up to 4100 basically. Otherwise, we're going to end up coming back down. The other big thing to see here is that we had such a large, basically, I wouldn't even say unsupported, I would just say untested move up that I would not be surprised to see us come back down and reconfirm some supports. A big support I wouldn't mind seeing retested really is 39.70. Even all the way down to this 39.55 area, I would be okay with seeing us retest that, and then I would still be bullish. Really, unless we close back below 39.55, I am bullish. But I do think we're going to need to come back down and backfill a little bit of this run up from here, and before we can see much upside. That could happen overnight, could happen intraday tomorrow. We'll just kind of have to see what the market brings us. Last little piece here is the VIX. So you had our bull channel that's right here. We did break down out of that. We had a massive bearishly engulfing candle here, which goes perfectly with our bullish engulfing candle here on SPY Daily. And those two things together do signal quite a bit of upside. So I am bullish because of that for sure. And we're back in this 19.6 level, which we broke through that level on Thursday the 16th, which if you look back on the 16th is right here. And that was the start of our sell-off. So this is a big deal, and I think we are finally getting an upside push here. Last little piece is Bitcoin. Not seeing a lot of movement. We're still just basically chopping in this 23.1 to 23.6K range, which this tells me we're in a consolidation. So this tells me that we're not most likely going for a big breakout back to like 415, 420 area, that this most likely is going to be a bounce. And there's a really good chance, honestly, that we're going to establish some sort of like 392 to maybe 402, 405 sort of range. I've talked about this before, but if you look at the chart, we have these big $10 ranges like this, you know, $10 range, $10 range, $10 range. So we haven't really done that yet. So we have a chance that we can come back up in this 400 range and really just kind of chop here pretty much until CPI. The CPI estimates so far are looking pretty good. Cleveland Fed, surprisingly, because they've been calling for pretty big upside the last two, is actually calling for quite a bit of retrace on the CPI. So I'm actually a little bullish on CPI right now, but I want to wait for the more Bloomberg estimates to come in and then see what our actual consensus is, which we should get that sometime next week. So, all right, I hope you guys had a good day trading today, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the weekly TA.